So let's take a look at a few issues that we can talk about for web writing. First of all, this is a multimedia essay, so we don't want to be afraid of interactivity. Web writing gives us a chance to connect our ideas to outside sources and examples in a really easy way, and in a way that really makes our writing pop on the page. So this multimedia essay should incorporate more than just pictures. And when you do put in pictures, try and find ones that aren't necessarily just stock images of, I guess, random things or kind of vague concepts. Try and find pictures that are examples of what you're talking about in whatever given paragraph that you're putting the picture in. Now, this isn't to say that there has to be one of these things in every single paragraph. You don't want to overload your reader. You want to find that balance between the interactivity, the visuals, and the text. You also want to be considerate of your reader. So when someone is reading this essay, they may not want to click on every single link or watch every single video. So you want to make sure that you're writing in a way that they could theoretically go through the whole paper without clicking on any of the extra stuff, and then go back and watch the things or listen to the things if they wanted to, but the paper would still make sense. And so we'll talk about some examples of how to do that in a second here. So the writing that you do should at least summarize what is in the video or podcast or data visualization or whatever it is that the reader is watching or about to listen to, so that they could theoretically, again, finish the essay without interacting with that stuff. And you should also try and make these things accessible. So whether someone is reading it visually or using a screen reader to hear the text that's on the page, you should use your tools that are available to make your writing accessible as possible. And that includes headings and subheadings to organize your writing, quoted text to make things stand out that need to stand out, the strategic use of visuals and interactive material, and then captions or alt text on those visuals. So things like headings and visuals aren't simply extras that we're adding to our essays and our web writing. They add an element of organization and an element of style, and they can add really specific examples too. So these are other ways that we can support our research. So supporting our research with specific examples, breaking up the text for the reader's eyes is really important as well, so they don't tire, and then organizing the text and allowing for interactivity. So let's take a look at some of these things in an example on our ePortfolio. So if we look at our ePortfolio here, we can see that we have a bit of text that we've added. I've just used an example from one of my old essays. But when we get over to how it looks on the page, it's very much just a block of text that we're going through. And so we want to organize this in a way that allows us to break up this text in a little bit and add some interactivity. So let's take a look at how to do that. So I've started this by adding a level 2 heading where it says overview of microaggressions. So here is where we change things to whatever we want them to be. I've changed it to a heading. And then here is where you pick the size of the heading. So this is a heading 2 size. And then one thing that I've done is I've taken this section and I've turned it into a quote here, as you can see. So this is going to make it stand out a little on the page and break up this big paragraph too. And as we go down, we see that there are names for certain things, but they don't really look different from the text. So what we want to do is change these from, There we go. We want to change these from paragraph text to heading. And then since it's within the overview section, we're going to change it to heading 3. And then we're going to use heading 4 for this. Now, you probably won't have sections within sections within sections in yours, but you might want to at least use headings 2 and 3 to break up your paragraph sections, especially if you have something like a section that's 4 or 5 paragraphs long. Maybe you're doing the history of state fair foods or something like that. You might need to break that up. But you will want to at least use the major headings like headings 2 and headings 3. Now the next thing is we want to add a block and add some interactivity. So I'm going to add a YouTube video here that is about microaggressions. That's what this essay is about here that I've written. Throw it in there. Now this is way too big and it's also stuck in the center here. So even though it does break up the text for us, it's not really incorporated into anything. I've just kind of dropped it in here. So we're going to fix that real fast. So we're just going to go up here and change the alignment. And we're going to move it to the right so that it's incorporated into this part of the paragraph. So this is talking about the definition of microaggressions, and part of the YouTube video is on what the different kinds of microaggressions are. So it goes with this paragraph, and now it's located in a place within the page that shows us that it goes with this paragraph. And the last thing we'll do is add a caption. Again, you want to make this accessible to anyone who is interacting with the site. So if they're using a screen reader, having the caption here helps out. So we'll just put it. There we go. Microaggressions explained by movies. And then when we go to preview it, we should be able to see it. So this is how it stands out when you do a block quote in this theme. Depending on what theme you use, it might look a little different. And then as we scroll down, oh, we gotta generate a new preview real fast. There. Now as we scroll down, we've got this YouTube video here. It'll get bigger when you click it, so you don't have to worry about it looking kind of squished, but it's incorporated into the paragraph it goes with now, has its caption with it, and then we see our headings here. Alright, so those are some basics of web writing just to keep in mind, and for your work that you'll be doing, make sure that you keep watching this video and or check on Canvas.